I'm tired of people thinking I'm some kind of joke.
My whole life, all I wanted
Is to make up new words to a song that already exists.
Oh, well, you should do that then.
Who my little hungry one? Hungry one. Open up a package of my Bologna.
Dude, I've got chills.
Put it in.
Well, hi, my meaty individuals. I humbly welcome you to today's video. In this video, I want to attempt to convey my rookie experience with Elder Scrolls Online, or as you programmers call it, ESO. But before we do, I want to let you guys know that you can join our Discord in the description below to keep me and my processed meats in your heart forever. Now, without further delay, let's get into it, you handsome devils. Here we go. The moment you've been waiting for about 2 to 3 minutes now. Drum roll, please. Welcome to Elder Scrolls Online, a not-so-kind replica of the Oblivion and Skyrim series.
This one, no bueno. This one, I'm confident.
Now, before I receive the much-anticipated hate for this video, I want to remind you guys that this is a newbie's review of the game. Heck, I haven't even completed my first dungeon yet. But hey, I guess that's why you're here. Because at some point, you might have felt as I did when you started ESO. A little lonely, a little battle hungry for the classic MMO experience, but with a medieval fantasy feel to it. Now, to be honest, when I first started, I was a bit confused since I haven't played an MMORPG for a good while. I even skipped a tutorial like a hardcore gamer would and tried to learn how to play. So, I started my journey in a mystical place called Vardenfell. And fair warning to you viewers, but I'm about to butcher every single name in this game. I'm sorry. It was a slow start, I'm not gonna lie to you. My girlfriend and I had a hard time picking up what everything did and how all the mechanics worked, but in time we prevailed. We learned the basics of combat first, as anyone would. You have your spells and your physical attacks you can dish out to your not so friendly opponents while dancing on their corpses. The difficulty of combat was easy. I don't think I remember the last time I had this much fun dominating the enemy. Now, I was a Nordic Templar. My job, as I knew it, was to rush into battle headstrong like a dummy and hit everything around me. And oh, did I deliver on that dummy part. Because not knowing anything about the game really hindered me at first. I'd be so far down a side quester's throat that I couldn't even progress anymore through them because it got so hard. That aside, I went back to the roots and continued to serve my Lord Vivek to help heal him from a not-so-friendly foe. Now don't worry, I'm not going to spoil it because being the cinematic plot genius that I am, I saw it coming. However, let's get to my complaints. And oh, you're going to have a good time with this one. Oh no, he's about to trash on the gathering materials mechanic and how the inventory is too small for a free player. Hell yeah, I'm going to trash on that. It's terrible for a new player. Let me tell you why though. At some point, I'm going to make a game. And I've been learning little by little into game development. Let me tell you, every game developer will make sure that their game isn't too frustrating because they don't want to lose their customer, which is the player playing that game. Yeah, sure, some games are meant to be frustrating, like Elden Ring and the Dark Souls games. But I don't believe for 1 second that ESO was meant to be annoying. For example, earlier I talked about how I'm gonna completely dog on the gathering mechanic, and that I will do, sir. Imagine you have 1 iron ore to mine in order to complete a quest or to craft that sword you've been wanting because it simply looks cool. Too bad. An angry e-girl that has extreme daddy issues just passed you and stole all the iron in that area because she knows exactly where all of it spawns.
Wait!
Why aren't materials that you have to gather for crafting not shareable across different players in an area? I was actually so confused that I looked it up, and some of the suggestions to fix this was to actually log on at times where your server, North America or Europe, are empty. I actually don't see the point in it, no matter how realistic they want to make their game, because this game is anything but realistic. Now, some loot is shareable in a given area, but it's randomized to everyone's account. That was a major setback for me because I was trying so hard to like the way I was playing the game, which was pretty passive at first, not gonna lie to you. Eventually, I got the hang of combat and looting through the main quest of Vardenfell, and I was amazed at how much loot it was giving me, honestly. The story of Vardenfell is pretty good, at least, from a new player's perspective, so I urge you newbies to get out there and have some fun with it. You become a servant of Lord Vivek, an ancient god that has been around for who knows how long. He's a part of a tribunal which contains 3 gods, but I'm just going to focus on Lord Vivek since we're very close friends now. We're buddies. He's kind of snarky at first, but when he realizes his godly energy is being sapped from him, he becomes a bit of a drama queen and begs the player to help him stop the madness. And so, you set out on your journey to find the culprit, and it wasn't sneaky at all. But you'll still have fun with the story, so that's one of the good parts of ESO. The story and the dialogue of the game is very vast to a new player such as myself, so I'll give them that. But some mechanics are very questionable, such as the inventory scheme they play. I know, it's an MMO, you healthy, well-organized, meaty person. I shouldn't have expected much. This is where I have a field day with the marketing and business side of the game though. Look, the game is decent, but why do you have to charge people to enjoy it further than 2 feet into one story arc? What I'm talking about is the inventory space situation. And trust me, I know what they're doing. It's just business, it's nothing personal. I say hooey. Being a massive multiplayer online game, I completely understand the following phrases that I'm about to utter out of my mouth. Those of you that aren't familiar with MMOs, they charge you a subscription fee for an extensive amount of the game. It's just like Netflix where they charge you monthly to be able to watch anything you want on their platform. Here, they do it in a video game. For example, they charge you to have a crafting bag which holds all of your smaller materials used for crafting, which frees up an enormous amount of space in your inventory. This does make the game a little bit easier since you don't have to go back and forth city to quest area as much as if you were a free player. Absolutely absurd to me, but genius if you think about it. It really is. It's genius. Oh, I have an idea. Let's make free players spend longer getting through quests because of the simple fact that they're too afraid to miss out on possibly good loot since their inventory is full. And I know before you say just delete one thing, what's it gonna hurt? My feelings, that's what. I'm an MMO hoarder, what can I say? Besides, the previous mentioned bogus scheme the business execs implemented in the game, I still enjoy playing the game, even though I gave into it and pay for a subscription. But hey, I'm willing to ignore all of that though because the community in this game is amazing so far. I had a question and it got answered within the first 5 minutes in the chat within the game. It just goes to show what can make and break a game, and what can make this one is the community. That might be a far stretch to say for some of you pro players out there, but I think you guys are cool. They even provided me with some sugary skulls for emergency healing if I needed. They were so nice too. So that's what kept me playing. The beautiful people of Elder Scrolls Online. For a new player, I strongly recommend you get at least one friend or random person to play with you because that's where it's fun. It is an MMORPG after all. I totally didn't just shame the entire solo community, but hey, come on, what more do you want from me, huh? Look. Overall, it's a great game with simple controls, and I can't wait to get my hands on the first dungeon with some peeps I met online. Oh, I forgot to mention, we have a guild in the game called Mighty Misfits, so if teamwork fits your fancy, you're sure to find someone on there to help you. Now to the fellow processed meats out there, I wish you happy travels in the wondrous fantasy scape of ESO. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and don't forget to support your favorite meat by subscribing to me for future videos. Now without further ado, I have some slaying to do.